Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the bottom right side as the red Mongols, we have a foreign name. On the top left side as the blue Khmer, we have Yinghua. I have no doubt to pronounce that. Let's cover each player's civilization bonuses. Mongols are pretty big fan favorite. They are cavalry archer civilization. Cavalry archers fire 25% faster, like cavalry hussars and step lancers get plus 30% hit points. Hunters work 40% faster. Unique units of Magadai, a cavalry archer that is slightly better than cavalry archers, while also being superior, does bonus damage versus siege units. Unique text: nomads, lost house, do not decrease headroom. Drill: siege workshop units move 50% faster. Think you can have some pretty nice battery rams to accompany your forces. Team bonus: scouts, like cavalry and hussars, get plus 2 line of sight, making them even better at their job. Over here as the Khmer, we do have the siege and elephant civilization. No building required to advance the next age or to unlock other buildings. Farmers don't require mills or town centers to drop all their food. The elephants move 10% faster. Villagers can garrison houses. Unique unit: Ballista Elephant, a mounted scorpion. Plus scored, battle elephants get plus 3 attack. Double crossbow, scorpions fire 2 projectile. The second projectile is 50% strength of the original projectile. And team bonus: scorpions gets plus 1 range, which does make it so you can't going for regular scorpions is different than going for mounted elephant scorpions, because the regular scorpions, whoops, sorry, hit my microphone, has 8 range, and compared to the elephant version, which is 6 range, if I remember correctly. Of course, elephants are a bit more of a durable platform. Well, scorpions are not exactly a durable platform. We got red scouts trying to push way forward, trying to get some damage on in. And over here, red scouts trying to pursue blue scouts. Red scouts trying to find some harassment. And doesn't find any real harassment right there. Red scout is pursuing blue scout. It does find a good hit there. We do have a blue archer in the field. Blue's going for a handful of archers, got flushing of the build queue as well. These archers can be overwhelmed by these scouts, such as this one does find himself into a corner as well. Unable to get in the same gold line there. Blue scout goes down. So now red has 5 scouts in his back line. He does have a decent defense force of archers here. Scouts do have 2 inherent pierce armor, so each of these arrows would do 3 damage each. This red scout here is a little bit more wounded. I think that is his original one, so it could still have the auto scout ability. Which it also, if I remember correctly, it does still use the same icon as compass. Which I believe that was the name of that technology from the original Age of Empires 2. I think the compass used to, when you research at the market, allows to see your teammates' vision. That was not original. That was not originally a an ability that you had. You had to research the ability to see your teammates' vision. Honestly, I still like it not having that, because a lot of team games rely on, well, teamwork, and that's just an unnecessary thing to deny teamwork. There may be a breach relatively soon here. We do have this tree being chopped away, and once that tree's cleaned up, then the scouts can eat those villagers. Now we've got a defense force of 8 archers here. That's a lot of archers. Scouts can, of course, run away. They find an opening. Those openings are gradually closing, so he could potentially wall off this region, but he may not want to wall them off because he may want them to escape to avoid any additional damage. Scouts backing off, receiving a fire there, being also annoying. Skirmishers advancing forward, trying to find a good engagement. Going for watchtower here. Skirmishers will of course have severe trouble versus villagers. They currently do 2 damage. With Loom, villagers have 2 pierce armor. So even with fletching, they will do 1 damage each per hit against villagers. And that breach was created there, and now the scouts are in the villager lines. Villagers have to stand and fight. Does get one of those scouts there. This next scout is being shanked. The skirmishers are now in the line as well, really choking up movement here. Blue's going to lose a large number of these villagers. Currently, Blue's the villager count is 32. The Mongol player has been failing to keep villager production, or maybe castle. He's saving up his resources of castle wage, so he will have the villager count is even, but the Mongol player will get his castle wage severely soon. The Khmer player is not too far behind, however. The Mongol player may be could be eyeing for additional towns as quickly as possible, get more advantage. But now Blue has a massive wave of look off screen. It has a massive wave of archers Veins Born. Does kill that kitty cat. And there is 11 archers here and 1 scout. Got Castle Witch now in the build queue for Blue, so the Castle Witch timing is only slightly in favor of Red. Not a huge margin, so probably not worth it not building all those extra villagers. You have horse armor being researched for Red. He may be eyeing for a course like cavalry, Steppe Lancer, and or Knights. Got some more housing going up. Does get basic housing set on up, and now this palisade wall does go down. It will take a bit of time for these archers to deal with all this housing. They do have a lot of inherent pierce armor, more so than a single palisade wall. Additionally, all these houses do have more than 250 health. Got Blue's archers moving around, trying to find another engagement, or just falling back. He does know his opponent's at Castle Age. He's probably just going to keep these guys alive, get his own Castle Age up, get his own crossbow and Bodkin arrow research. Crossbow and Bodkin arrow now are on being researched. And this will give him quite a bit of a power spike right here. While Red was stalling out for these Lancers, he does also get some Knights. Knights do have higher inherent pierce armor than Lancers, though the Lancers do have more. They get a health benefit buff, but they don't get enough health compared to Knights, so Knights are generally better versus these archers. But they're a good item to mix in with each other. Steppe Lancers, of course, have a bit of extra range, so if they're a little bit behind the Knights, they get a little bit better pathing to his opponent, because they can just reach over and poke his opponents. Poke their eyes out. We got 17 crossbowmen here. That's a lot of crossbowmen. These Knights are probably not enough. They can't withstand quite a beating, that's for sure, but he needs more pierce armor. Blue's now transitioning to some cavalry archers. Very nice. He can get out Heavy Cat, he can get Parthian Tactics, he cannot get out Thumb Ring. Cavalry archers are a little bit unusual transition, honestly, for Khmer, but it can throw his opponent off by getting them. Right now, Red is going for more Knights. He's still having trouble maintaining villager production. Blue has pulled ahead in villager production, or maintain it being ahead. We don't see additional councils yet for Red. He may just want to get them out anywhere he can to get the villagers producing. We've got a university here, so it looks like Blue's not going for additional council just yet either. Palisade wall does go down right there. More Steppe Lancers being point of view. Knights advancing forward, finds a good engagement there. Does break out some of these walls there, so his other forces advancing forward. And I am not sure what they're doing right there. They were dancing around a little bit. Steppe Lancers are not moving in just yet. A bit of questionable controls there by Red overall. Let's see how Steppe Lancers are there, and all of these crossbows will go down to these Knights. Very nice. But yet there was a little bit weird movement there where he was dancing around half of his army. More Steppe Lancers being plotted in field, more villagers in the build queue. Over here, no additional town center just yet. He does have a wave of cavalry archers put on the field. With Bodkin arrow research, he will have access to 8 damage, 6 range. Villagers only have 2 pierce armor, so they will take 4 damage per arrow, assuming they hit. And that would be 10 arrows to kill them off. Does spot them there. Knights and Settlers advancing forward, trying to get some good damage onto this house. And we're breaking down this palisade wall, no problem. With a double stack of attacks, oh, that house is being built. With double stack attack, they can quickly break through a lot of stuff, able to focus it down. As they got palisade wall there, able to break into the villager line. Very, very nice. Some of these villagers will go down. These houses being built in the wrong location. It's location. Real estate 101. And he's currently having trouble with that. Cavalry archers focusing down these knights, but we'll receive a bit of fire there. Some of these set plans are moving around as well. Town center is fully garrisoned, so some exposed villagers underneath its overhangs. Those largely avoiding. These are step lancers. They have, of course, less pierce armor and less health. Got these forces advancing forward. That knight is so wounded. And now got some of these trying to hit some of these villagers. Let's get some great hits there on these villagers. Large number of those villagers have gone down. Red's now ahead of villager, 46-39. These forces may try to make a breach there. They do have a good amount of damage output with the step lancers. Now going to be counterattacking, trying to deal with these cavalry archers. Scout over here. Try and camp that relic. Trying to find more of these villagers. Some exposed villagers right here. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think maybe 6. I'm sort of looking at 1, then the other one's going down. He will lose his force, but does get a good number of villagers there. The village count is 49-35. And remember as well, both players are still in one town center. So it's going to be hard for Blue to recover those villagers. Red's now eyeing for his own second town center. There's a great engagement coming on in. He does pull out some camels. Camels have no inherent pierce armor, so they're very vulnerable to cavalry archer fire. However, they do, of course, get bonus damage for it. Outpost cells draw a bit of fire there. Camels advancing forward, get some good slices on some of these cavalry archers. Does pick off a camel there. Multiple of these camels are going down. These cavalry archers are quite wounded there. Now we've got some scorpions being blown up by Red, when his opponent is Khmer, who's supposed to be flying out scorpions. I thought I heard an engagement over here. It's just a scout. He may have killed off, yep, he killed off a monk right there. He does receive a bit of fire there from these camels. We got multiple scorpions now being deployed on out. He does get some good damage there onto that camel. Got a mix of step lancer, camels being put on the field. Very nice. Camels can charge forward while step lancers can poke B over their shoulders. Got some villagers maybe going down. Got one at least. This one will be saved. Monk does get conversion down to a cavalry archer. Sorry, I hit my microphone again. Camels, step lancer facing forward. Got some scorpions getting some good hits there. This scorpion could get another good hit himself. That's what is a really good line there. And not miss those lines. We had another town center being pulled up by Blue. Red has a town center, but he's not currently utilizing at the moment. He's building just more step lancers. We do now have Red not getting wheelbarrow out. And now some of these cavalry archers will not go down. Took a bit of damage there. If Blue has a monk somewhere, a lot of these cavalry archers need a lot of healing. Looks like Town Watch is also in the build queue for Blue. This town center has not been built just yet. Red does finally get second villager queue up and going. And he does have a 19 villager advantage, which is significant. And he does have 2 relics. Good little boon there. Red does not see any other relics on the map. Blue, however, on the other side, does know about that far relic, but does not know about the 2 close relics. Camels pushing forward along with these Steppe Lancers. Does find a volley there on these forces. Trying to go for a does get conversion there. Does kill off that camel, however, with the scorpions. Now Red's eyeing for, or Blue's eyeing for his own siege workshop. We have some knights to blood out by Blue now, and we've got these cavalry archers trying to find another breach, or create another breach there. Looks like one of the scorpions do go down, and some of these cavalry archers do go down as well. Steppe Lancers and Camel trying to pursue the knights. Does spot the cavalry archers as well. And his outpost is starting to go on down. Scorpion receiving back fire there. Does fire a good couple of volleys there. Gets good damage on these forces. And now that's going to hit a slice there with those scorpions. And they're getting some great damage on these lines of units. Blue's cavalry archer still advancing forward. He does, of course, still have the Bodkin arrow. He does have 2 archer armor. And gets some good damage there onto these cavalry archers. The converted cavalry archers now will be going on down. These cavalry archers trying to regroup this group of cavalry archers. And Blue now has a 3rd town center pull on the field. It has a good number of them at the moment. And Monk does try and go for conversion there. Does convert himself in Lancer. Right now only has a 2 town centers going. He still has a villager lead, which is very important. Nope, he does have 3 town centers now, so he does have access to additional villager queue. Camels and Lancers advance forward, trying to get some good damage here. Cavalry archers receiving a bit of fire there, getting hit. Does focus down some of these units. Red's force is quite wounded. Blue's force is also quite wounded. Does pinch off some of these units there. With good focus fire, these guys are doing some great damage. Right at this point in time, he may need knights rather than Steppe Lancers versus these cavalry archers. Knights have just a bit more armor, pierce armor, as well as health to deal with these cavalry archers. Once again, Red is no longer building villagers. Blue's maintaining 2 villager production. Scorpion gains some damage there. And the Camel does get some damage as well. Takes out one of those cavalry archers before going down. Over here, do have these Camels and Steppe Lancers advance forward. Got Red's villagers advance forward, eyeing for a keep somewhere right there. Mangonels in the region. Did he destroy that? Okay, Red does still have the stone there. It was canceled, not destroyed. Camels advancing forward, trying to get some damage there. The Mangonel does go down, now allowing these villagers to push on forward. Got a good number of scorpions here. Blue has a significant number of villagers here idle. And is pulling out his own castle as well. Do have, I think, let's see, 14 villagers right there versus Blue's 11. So it looks like Red will get his castle much quicker. Red's castle is now up and going. Getting some good hits there on these Blue's villagers. Blue's villagers trying to build up his castle. Blue does castle GG. This is great saying thank you for watching. On to the next replay.